All right, everybody, the Governor's Cup is ours. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, here's the rundown from the game. Overall, we look really, really, really good at times, and then we made some mistakes here and there. So let me just give you the rundown. Top is special teams. We need to get on top of special teams, people, because they had a couple of long returns on us, and it's happening every single game. It happened last year. We got to get something done about our special teams. If we need to fire them and get Joe Avazano back or whatever we need to do, something needs to be done with the special teams because something's just not working with that unit. So our special teams suck. Worse than the league. Period. Scandrick's out there. Scandrick is balling, people. He's out there playing with the first unit in nickel and dimes. I mean, Scandrick, the dude's he's a bowler. I mean, he doesn't have, like everybody said, he doesn't have the natural skills as some other corners on our teams, but he's a baller. He's a player. Creighton. Now, I want if the people that watch this game, I hope this was a keen reminder of what exactly Creighton can do to a defense. Creighton is a bad ass. And people need to remember that, yeah, he screwed up bad last year in the Giants game. Yeah, he said some things he shouldn't have said, but the media took it bigger than what it was, actually. But Creighton is a solid number 2. So don't say Austin's going to take his position. That's the craziest thing. I mean, Austin still might not. If Austin was not broken, he still might not get but a few catches the whole season. So people saying, is Austin going to be back for Philadelphia? Is Austin going to be back? Austin does not play. I'm rooting for the kid. I felt bad for him because he was doing good. He was moving up the depth chart, but he doesn't play. He returns kicks. Sorry. Barber was ripping them. He was ripping him a new you-know-what kind of hole. And Barber is ready for prime time. We don't need to... And you know what? We're not going to see any of these guys next week, so it's good to see them in thing. Basically, our first team offense and defense, minus the defense running game. The defense running game wasn't doing good at all. But our first units were doing whatever they wanted to do whenever they wanted to do it throughout the whole first half. So, I mean, the score wasn't an indication of how good we actually looked. I mean, we got after the ball. Every time Schaub was being a man back there because every time Matt Schaub went back to pass, he was getting hit. He had somebody in his face, but Schaub was completing the pass. So Schaub was being a man, you know. I have to give credit where credit's due. Our O-line was just dominating in the first half. That's what kind of irked me because Tony Romo threw an interception in the red zone on the 2-yard line. And if it was first and goal at the 2, I run Marion Barber 3 times. But St. Jimmy in the room said, and I'm glad people are in the room watching the game with me because you work on other stuff during preseason. I think that's why they did a little rollout pass and Romo made a bad read and threw an interception. Romo only made a couple of mistakes in this game, guys. He overthrew T.O. A couple of times. But I think one was a throwaway, and the next one, you know, the interception at the 2-yard line. Other than that, Romo played damn near flawless football. So I don't want to hear any, is Romo ready, is Romo ready? Romo's ready. And some I said in the room that everybody needs to get in their head throughout the whole season. Romo does dumb shit, and T.O. drops the ball. It's going to happen. But Romo does absolutely incredible stuff and puts up amazing numbers, and T.O. will burn anybody in NFL in any day. So just deal with that stuff that happens every once in a while, and we'll be fine. They're not perfect. There's no perfect people in the NFL, so don't think, you know, as soon as Tony Romo throws an interception or whatever, that he's a bum. The Heat 151, talking to you. Sorry, dude. He's my boy. I don't know. Somebody please help me out with the comments because I'm trying to figure out who this number 38 is for our team. But he was doing pretty good out there. He was hitting people, getting active. He was on Hard Knocks talking about hurting the Denver Broncos and stuff, if y'all remember. The number 38, keep an eye on him. I have no idea who he is, but watch him. Yeah, the mistake. Oh, it was wonderful to see T.O. abusing Reeves. I was waiting for that to happen, and he was just abusing. It kind of wasn't fair because it was like, pitch and catch with Romo and T.O. and as a number 35 from Houston just hanging on. So I like seeing Reeves get burned. The run D, I'm going back to the run D. The run D needs work. And I know sometimes with 3-4 defenses, they're real susceptible to the rushing attack. So we need to kind of shore up our rushing D and get it together there. But our passing D was pretty good. Houston has some catches, but Houston's a really good football team, and people are going to see that this season, that their offense is good and their defense is good. Steve Slayton, people in fantasy, y'all might want to draft him late or pick him up off of waiver. Go stop this video right now. You can pause it and go pick up Steve Slayton off the waiver wire and then come back in here because I think he might end up starting for them because he looks, and all preseason games, Steve Slayton looks really good. Wade was out there. He was animated. Like I told you, like on Hard Knocks, I really liked what he was doing on Hard Knocks. And out there tonight, Wade was animated, man. I really liked seeing that with Wade Phillips. So all in all, really good preseason outing. If it was regular season, I'm sure that we would have made some different calls out there. It was obvious, on the offense that we were doing, special stuff. Felix didn't have that good of a game, but I think we used him more in a running back, a lead back situation. We didn't use him in any flanker and out the backfield catching a couple of times we did, but he wasn't used like the way I think we're going to use Felix this year. So no worries there. Brad, I'm almost ready to go through the season with Brad, but he threw a long pass to Amendola that was kind of short or whatever. And it's like maybe I'm being picky, but all I know is he does not have the zip on the ball to throw line drives down the field. But, hey, I'd rather have him throwing it, accurately in, short space rather than have Bartell, who still has to work on his accuracy. But Bartell's arm is just gorgeous. It just the ball needs to get where it needs to go. All right, guys, Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I'll be live at the DallasCowboysShow.com. Come check me out. Holla.